Believe it or not, there's a disease already threatening millions of older adults, and most only discover it when it's too late. Glaucoma, the silent blindness. The scariest part? The World Health Organization reports that more than half of seniors with glaucoma don't know they have it until part of their vision is gone. Worse, there's no pain, no early warning. If nighttime glare or narrowing side vision sounds familiar, this is for you. Hit like, subscribe, and stay to the end. I'll share 5 simple steps that can help protect your sight. I'm Dr. Richard Bennett, a physician with over 30 years of experience helping seniors protect their vision in natural and safe ways. Over the years, I've seen countless patients discover glaucoma too late, when part of their sight was already gone. That's why I created this video as a friendly conversation, simple, clear, and full of hope. And stay with me, because the last step may be the most surprising. Among all the diseases that affect vision in older adults, few are as cruel as glaucoma. It's called the silent thief of sight because it steals slowly, without warning at first. No pain, no burning, no discomfort. But imagine this. You could be losing part of your vision right now without even realizing it. That's exactly what happens. Glaucoma destroys the optic nerve, the fragile cable that connects your eyes to your brain. Think of it like a fiber optic wire. Once it starts corroding, the transmission of images fails. Your visual field begins to shrink. First, you lose side vision. Then, like curtains slowly closing, only a tunnel remains. And for many, eventually, nothing. The World Health Organization estimates that more than 80 million people worldwide live with glaucoma, and half of them don't even know it. Did you know that 1 in 10 patients eventually goes blind, even under treatment, because the disease was discovered too late? And the impact is not just visual, it's emotional and social. Imagine no longer being able to drive at night, read a medicine label, or clearly recognize a loved one's face. Many seniors end up isolated, dependent on others even to cross the street. One study from the American Academy of Ophthalmology showed that seniors with vision loss are 3 times more likely to develop depression. When eyesight fails, it's not just reading or driving that's lost. It's freedom, confidence, and joy. But here's something almost no one tells you. While glaucoma has no cure, it can be slowed down. Early detection and the right daily habits can preserve vision for years. The mistake is believing that if there's no pain, everything must be fine. The truth is, your body still responds to care, even after 60 or 70. But you must act before it's too late. Glaucoma doesn't announce itself, but it can be delayed with attention and the right habits. The pain of glaucoma isn't in the eyes, it's in the silent loss of independence. And in the next part, I'll show you 5 practical steps to help prevent that outcome and protect your vision. Pay close attention now, because this is serious. Weak vision is not the only danger. The greatest risk for people over 60 lies in falls, because they steal away your independence. Did you know that 96% of seniors over 60 have already suffered serious falls? And these falls are not just simple accidents. They often lead to fractures, and worse, they take away your independence, your freedom, and your confidence to walk safely. But there is a simple solution. With just 10 seconds a day, the neurobalance therapy protocol reactivates balance muscles forgotten by time, giving you back your stability and control over your life. Don't wait for the next fall. Regain your confidence today. Click the first link in the comments or point your camera at the QR code and start right now. I guarantee you, this protocol will transform your life. Early detection. Why an annual eye pressure test is non-negotiable. If there's one step that can change the course of your vision, it's early detection. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for symptoms. Glaucoma is sneaky. It progresses quietly, without pain or warning, until meaningful vision is already gone. You check your blood pressure every year, right?
Treat your eye pressure with the same urgency. Why glaucoma is so silent? In the beginning, your central vision looks fine. That's why so many people assume everything's okay. Meanwhile, damage to the optic nerve is underway. Think of a slow leak behind a wall. You don't see it at first. By the time the stain shows up, the damage has been done. What the science says: a quick, painless test called tonometry measures the pressure inside your eye and can flag problems early, often before you notice any changes. The Glaucoma Research Foundation reports that about half of people with glaucoma don't know they have it. The American Academy of Ophthalmology notes that risk jumps after age 60, making an annual check essential. A thorough visit may also include a look at the optic nerve, a visual field test, and, when recommended, OCT imaging to assess the nerve structure. But your non-negotiable baseline is the eye pressure test every year. Miss Irene, 67, a retired teacher, felt perfectly fine. Her daughter nudged her to book a comprehensive eye exam. The result? Elevated eye pressure and early signs of glaucoma. She started treatment right away and has kept her vision stable. "If I'd waited for pain, I might not be reading my novels today," she told me. Mr. Allen, 72, felt confident he was seeing well enough and skipped visits. When he finally went, he had already lost much of his side vision. "If I'd done the test sooner, I might still feel safe driving at night," he said. How to make it happen? Put it on your calendar. Book a yearly comprehensive eye exam with eye pressure testing, tonometry. Ask for the essentials: pressure check plus an optic nerve evaluation. Follow your doctor's advice on visual field or OCT. Know your risk. Go earlier and more often if you have a family history of glaucoma, are Black African American or Hispanic Latino, or have diabetes, high blood pressure. Treat it like heart health. Eye pressure belongs beside blood pressure on your list of routine checks. Early detection is like flipping on the light before darkness fills the room. The exam is quick, accessible, and can preserve your independence for years. Glaucoma won't tap you on the shoulder. You have to go find it. Make the annual eye pressure test a permanent appointment with your future self.
Cutting habits that raise eye pressure. Glaucoma is directly linked to intraocular pressure, IOP. And here's the truth: it's not just age or genetics that influence that pressure. Everyday habits, seemingly harmless, can silently make things worse. Think about it. Have you ever held your breath while lifting something heavy? Spent hours bent over in the garden? Or poured cup after cup of strong coffee to push through the day? These are exactly the kinds of behaviors that can quietly strain your optic nerve. Holding your breath during effort. When you lift, strain, or bend while holding your breath, your blood pressure spikes, and so does your eye pressure. It's like squeezing a garden hose. The pressure inside builds up everywhere, including your eyes. Too much time with your head down. Gardening, sewing, crocheting, reading hunched over a table. These all pull blood toward your eyes. Picture a water balloon flipped upside down. Gravity makes pressure build at the bottom. That's what happens to your eyes when you stay bent forward too long. The coffee overload. 1 or 2 cups of coffee are fine for most people, but 5 or 6 strong cups a day? That's when caffeine may push eye pressure higher, especially in people prone to glaucoma. The problem isn't the morning coffee, it's the habit of constant refills. What science confirms? Research in investigative ophthalmology and visual science found that keeping your head down for extended periods significantly raises IOP. Harvard Medical School linked excess caffeine to increased risk of glaucoma in those genetically predisposed. Miss Zilda, 70, loved her garden, but spending hours hunched over left her with headaches and eye fatigue. Tests revealed elevated IOP. She didn't quit gardening. She just learned to take breaks every 15 minutes and vary her position. "I didn't give up my flowers, I just started caring for my eyes too," she told me with relief.
Mr. Morrow, 68, drank 6 strong coffees a day. After cutting back to 2 cups and swapping the rest for calming chamomile tea, his pressure readings improved. I realized it wasn't an addiction, it was a routine, and routines can be changed, he said with a smile. How to apply this safely? Breathe, don't hold. Exhale gently during any exertion. Take posture breaks. Every 15 minutes, lift your head, stretch, and roll your shoulders. Limit coffee. Stick to 1 to 2 cups daily. Replace the rest with herbal teas. Listen to your body. Headaches, eye heaviness, or blurred vision are signs it's time to pause. Correcting these habits isn't about losing pleasures. It's about balancing them so your optic nerve isn't under silent attack. Tiny daily choices, like breathing properly, lifting your head more often, or skipping that 4th cup of coffee, can make a huge difference in protecting your vision.
Nutrition that protects the optic nerve. Many people think glaucoma care is only about eye drops and doctor visits, but they forget a powerful everyday tool: what's on your plate. Food can either nourish and strengthen your optic nerve or leave it more vulnerable to damage. The choice is made at every meal. Why nutrition matters. Your optic nerve is like a delicate fiber optic cable. For it to work well, it needs steady oxygen and nutrients. When those are missing, oxidative stress, tiny sparks of cell damage, starts eating away at its fibers. Antioxidants are like fire extinguishers. They neutralize those sparks before they burn through your vision. Foods that shield your vision. Spinach and kale, packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, pigments that act like natural sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light. Blueberries, rich in anthocyanins, which improve circulation and fight free radicals. Flaxseeds, full of omega-3s, which reduce inflammation and keep blood flowing smoothly to the optic nerve. These aren't exotic superfoods, they're simple items you can pick up at your local grocery store. What the research shows. A study in Nutrients 2021 found that antioxidant-rich diets significantly reduce oxidative stress in patients at risk for glaucoma. The National Eye Institute confirms that lutein and zeaxanthin from leafy greens help protect aging eyes. Miss Elvira, 74, a retired seamstress, feared losing her vision to glaucoma. Alongside her prescribed treatment, she began adding blueberry smoothies 3 times a week, spinach at lunch, flax seeds in her morning oatmeal. After 3 months, she noticed her eyes didn't tire as quickly. Maybe it was the food, maybe the discipline, but I can now sew for hours without that heavy eye fatigue, she said, eyes lighting up. How to apply in daily life. Add spinach or kale to salads or stir-fries at least 3 times a week. Enjoy blueberries in smoothies, yogurt, or just by the handful twice a week. Sprinkle 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds over cereal, fruit, or soup daily. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just layer these foods into your current meals. Think of nutrition as reinforcing the walls of your house before cracks appear. The stronger the foundation, the safer everything inside. Eye drops may treat glaucoma, but your diet builds resilience every single day. Spinach, blueberries, flax seeds, simple, affordable, and powerful allies in protecting your optic nerve. Safe exercises to boost eye circulation. Most people think protecting their eyes means only visiting the doctor. But here's the truth: your whole body influences your vision. Movement isn't just for your heart or your joints, it directly impacts your optic nerve. Have you ever thought that a simple walk around the block could be just as important for your eyes as it is for your blood pressure? Why movement matters. Your optic nerve is like a fragile garden that needs steady irrigation. Blood is the water, carrying oxygen and nutrients. When circulation is strong, your eyes thrive. When circulation is sluggish, the optic nerve weakens. Gentle exercise works like turning on more sprinklers, making sure that garden never dries out. Exercises that help.
Brisk walking, 30 minutes at least 5 days a week, is enough to improve circulation. Gentle stretching, especially for your neck and shoulders, which often tighten up and restrict blood flow to the head and eyes. Breathing exercises. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Never hold your breath during exertion. Consistency, not intensity, is what counts. Exercises that can harm. Heavy weightlifting without guidance, especially when you hold your breath. Yoga poses with your head down for long stretches. Straining to the point of turning red, your eyes feel that pressure immediately. Ask yourself, is pushing too hard worth risking your eyesight? The science. The American Journal of Ophthalmology reports that moderate aerobic exercise like walking helps reduce eye pressure. The Glaucoma Research Foundation warns that strenuous, poorly guided workouts can actually raise intraocular pressure. Mr. Robert, 69, a retired carpenter, believed the heavier the better. But after tough gym sessions, he noticed blurred vision. Tests revealed elevated eye pressure. With guidance, he swapped heavy lifting for daily walks and stretching. Now I wake up lighter, without that weight behind my eyes. I learned that caring isn't about overdoing, it's about balance, he said, relieved. How to put this into practice? Walk 30 minutes at least 5 times a week. Break it into smaller walks if needed. Stretch your neck every 2 hours, especially if you spend long periods sewing, reading, or on the phone. Breathe deeply for 5 minutes each morning and night. Let oxygen flow freely to your eyes. If you enjoy the gym, talk to your trainer. No breath holding, no overloading. The right exercise is like opening a window for fresh air to flow in. Your eyes need that circulation to stay healthy. Walk, stretch, breathe. Avoid extremes and give your optic nerve the steady flow it needs.
The power of micro-habits. Most people believe only big lifestyle changes protect their vision. But the truth, it's the tiny daily habits, the ones that seem almost too small to matter, that build the strongest shield against glaucoma. Think of your eyes as a delicate gear system. You don't need to replace the entire machine. You just need to oil it regularly with little actions that keep it running smoothly. Why micro-habits work? Everyday adjustments are like drops of water filling a bucket. One drop seems insignificant, but repeated over time, they become powerful. For your eyes, these micro-habits reduce pressure, ease fatigue, and prevent silent damage from piling up. Examples of simple micro-habits. Don't hold your breath when lifting or bending. Exhale slowly instead. Pause every 20 minutes during reading, sewing, or screen time. Close your eyes, blink slowly, stretch your neck. Elevate your head slightly at night with an extra pillow to lower nighttime eye pressure. Blink consciously in dry rooms or while watching TV to keep eyes hydrated. Sip water consistently throughout the day. Hydration keeps your eyes lubricated. None of these are dramatic changes, but done daily, they form a protective net for your optic nerve. What science says? The Glaucoma Research Foundation reports that sleeping with your head slightly elevated helps reduce nighttime intraocular pressure. Studies also confirm that frequent visual breaks and blinking reduce strain and eye dryness. Miss Celia, 72, a retired seamstress, spent hours bent over her embroidery and often slept face down in her pillow. She began noticing blurry vision and heavier eyes. With small changes, pausing every half hour, adding a second pillow, and drinking more water, she soon felt relief. My eyes feel lighter and I can stitch without getting so tired. I never imagined such tiny details could change so much, she said with gratitude. How to put micro-habits into action. Start with just 2 micro-habits today, like blinking more and adding an extra pillow. Use phone alarms as reminders for breaks and water. Add 1 new habit each week until they feel natural. You don't need a revolution, just a gentle, steady rhythm of care.
These micro habits may look small, but together they create a giant wall of protection for your eyes. Pause, breathe, blink, elevate, hydrate. 5 little acts, 1 big defense against the silent thief of sight.
Now that you know the 5 key steps, let's bring them together into one simple, repeatable ritual. Think of it as an invisible shield you put on each day to guard your vision against the silent thief, glaucoma. This ritual isn't complicated. It doesn't require expensive equipment or drastic lifestyle changes. It's about weaving small, consistent actions into your daily routine. Morning. Start your day with 5 minutes of deep breathing. Inhale calmly, exhale slowly, never holding your breath. At breakfast, add something protective. Ground flax seeds over fruit or oatmeal, or a leafy green smoothie. Before leaving home, glance at your calendar. Make sure your annual eye pressure test is scheduled and up to date. During the day, while reading, sewing, or using your phone, take a break every 20 minutes. Close your eyes, blink slowly, roll your shoulders, stretch your neck. Avoid long stretches with your head bent down. If gardening, cleaning, or crafting, pause every 15 minutes to lift your head and let circulation reset. Stay hydrated. Sip water steadily throughout the day to keep your eyes lubricated. For exercise, aim for a 30-minute brisk walk and light stretching. Avoid straining or holding your breath. Afternoon. At lunch, load your plate with dark leafy greens like spinach or kale. If you love coffee, stick to 1 or 2 cups. Swap the rest for soothing antioxidant teas like chamomile. Evening. At dinner, add colorful fruits, especially blueberries or others rich in antioxidants. Before bed, take 5 minutes of slow breathing to relax your mind and body. Sleep with your head slightly elevated. An extra pillow can help lower nighttime eye pressure. Mr. Amaro, 70, a retired railway worker, was diagnosed with elevated eye pressure. He felt anxious, fearing blindness, but instead of panicking, he built these habits into a ritual. He marked his annual eye exam, started daily walks, reduced coffee, and added flax seeds to breakfast. 3 months later, he felt in control. I don't wait for the worst. I do my part every day. Now I sleep easier, knowing I'm protecting my sight, he said proudly. This ritual doesn't require miracles, only consistency. Like watering a plant daily, the results aren't immediate, but over time, you'll see strength and vitality bloom. Breathe, walk, pause, eat smart, sleep right. And above all, never skip your annual eye exam. This is the daily armor that keeps your vision safe from the silent threat of glaucoma. You already know the core ritual, but here's a bonus practice rarely talked about that can ease eye pressure and improve circulation: the 4-4-4 breathing technique. It may sound too simple, but it can be a quiet ally against glaucoma. How the 4-4-4 breathing works. Inhale deeply through your nose while counting to 4. Hold the air gently, without straining, for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 4. Repeat the cycle 5 to 10 times. This short exercise calms the nervous system, boosts oxygen flow, and can help reduce internal eye pressure. Think of it like opening windows in a stuffy room. Fresh air circulates, bringing relief. What science says? The Glaucoma Research Foundation highlights that mindful breathing can help stabilize eye pressure and improve blood flow. Other studies show that relaxation breathing techniques lower stress hormones, which, when elevated, may worsen eye conditions. Ms. Eunice, 69, a grandmother who loves crocheting, often felt a heaviness in her eyes after hours of handiwork. When she learned the 4-4-4 method, she started practicing before bed and before picking up her crochet. After a few weeks, she said, "Now my eyes feel lighter, as if they're breathing with me. It's a relief I never expected from something so small."
This isn't a replacement for exams or medical treatment, but as a supportive practice, it's powerful. It's quick, free, and you can do it anywhere, on the couch, in bed, or even in the garden. The main ritual keeps your eyes strong. The 4-4-4 breathing adds an extra layer of protection, like giving your eyes a moment of peace in the middle of a busy day. If there's one message I want you to take away today, it's this: it's not too late to protect your vision. You've seen how small, daily choices, from getting your annual eye pressure test, to adjusting habits, to practicing mindful breathing, can shape the future of your sight. Glaucoma may be silent, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. Every step you take is a shield against blindness. And remember, you're not alone. Millions of seniors face the same fear: losing independence, struggling to read, or not seeing the faces they love. But millions also preserve their vision for years, thanks to awareness and consistent care. Stories like Miss Irene's early detection, Mr. Morrow's lifestyle changes, and Miss Celia's micro-habits remind us this isn't about miracles, it's about commitment. And if they could do it, so can you. Your body still responds to care. Maybe it won't give you the sharp eyesight of your 20s, but it will reward you with clarity, comfort, and confidence when you nurture it the right way. Don't wait for symptoms. Act now. Because the choices you make today could mean the difference between preserving or losing the joy of seeing tomorrow. Protecting your eyes means protecting your freedom, independence, and the precious details of life. It's a daily promise to yourself: I will keep seeing what matters most. It's not too late, you're not alone, and your body still responds to care. If this video brought you clarity and hope, now it's time to take action. Step 1. Click the like button. This small gesture shows you value your eyesight and helps this message reach other seniors who need it. Step 2. Share this video. Think of someone you know, a friend who's never had an eye pressure exam, a neighbor who spends hours sewing, or even your children and grandchildren. Sharing could be the gentle push they need to start caring for their eyes today. 3. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, I share practical, accessible tips to protect your eyesight after 60. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the case of glaucoma, it can be the difference between seeing or not seeing the future. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these steps do you feel you need to start with today? Scheduling your exam, cutting back on risky habits, improving your diet, walking more, or practicing micro-habits every day? Drop your answer in the comments. Your experience may inspire someone else who's facing the same challenge. Because protecting your vision means protecting your freedom, your independence, and the joy of seeing life's details.